There's nothing that triggers a parent quite like being ignored. The feeling of heat rising in your chest when you're being tuned out isn't just frustration. It's a natural response to feeling disrespected. But here's the trap. The moment we start yelling, we're actually losing our autonomy. We stop being the secure leader our child needs us to be, and we enter into a power struggle on their level. Today, I'm going to show you how to handle that surge of anger that is rising in you without losing your cool. We're going to talk about why your child is really ignoring you, how to handle that surge of anger without losing your cool, and an exact step-by-step response to get them to listen without you ever having to raise your voice. I'm Efrat. I'm a mom of 3 boys, ages 4, 8, and 12. I'm a parenting coach, and I'm passionate about integrating ideas from ancient wisdom into the way that we parent our children today. If you enjoy this type of content, please press the like button below so others can find it as well. Now let's dive in. Many times when our children are ignoring us and not doing as we're asking them to do, we get so angry, frustrated, resentful, and we start to really lose our cool, and we yell and we scream and we say things that we don't want to say. But when we get into that place, we're actually not in charge anymore, and the person who is in charge is our children, because they are controlling our emotions and we are letting our emotions control us. So in this place, we are not leading them, but they are leading us. In that moment, we have to ask ourselves, who is in charge? Am I in charge here, or are my emotions in charge in this situation? Now, when we let our emotions run the show, what happens is that we lose our authority. Many times we're afraid that we're going to hurt our children, that we're going to traumatize them, that they can't handle our big emotions. But that's actually not the biggest problem. Our children can handle our negative emotions once in a while. The biggest problem is that we are losing our authority. We are stopping being the leaders at that point. And when we are not in the leadership role, our children are just ignoring us and they're not listening to us because they are now the ones that are in control. If they're in control and they're not doing something that we're asking them to do, is because we are not in charge. They are the ones that are in charge. So what should we do? I'm going to break down a protocol. The goal of this protocol is to neutralize your emotions, to detach from the emotion, and don't engage with your child until you neutralize your emotions completely. We have to make sure that when we're communicating with our children, when we're asking them for something, we're not asking it from an emotional place, we're asking it from a calm, grounded, and secure place. Now, how do we neutralize those emotions? I'm going to break down 2 ways. We have the cognitive level, where we need to watch our thoughts. There are thoughts that are fueling those emotions, and those thoughts that are fueling the emotions are mostly thoughts that are coming through from our ego. There are thoughts like, I'm being ignored here. They are disrespecting me. I am not doing enough as a parent. That is why they're acting this way. Notice that all these thoughts are in the framework of what I am doing wrong. They are very self-centered thoughts where I'm putting myself in the center. So what do I want to do? I want to get myself out of the center and step into my leadership role. A leader in these moments is asking himself, what is needed from me here? What do I need to do so my child will listen to me? Now, I don't want to do something that is forceful, because a true leader is not somebody that is forcing or controlling the ones underneath him. A true leader is somebody who is inspiring people to follow him. So we need to figure out what is needed from me in this moment so I can inspire my kids to follow my lead. We're going to talk about that at the end of this video. What are the things that you can do? So in this cognitive level, you're watching your thoughts. You're making sure that your thoughts are not fueling your negative emotions, and you're becoming aware of your thoughts and shifting your thoughts into a more beneficial place and turning on your prefrontal cortex, your rational mind, so you can make better decisions in the moment. The second level is the body level. In those situations when we are being disrespected, when our children are not listening to us, when we're needing to repeat ourselves over and over again, we get into a place where we feel we're under attack. Our body literally feels like it's not safe. So what happens is that we go into a fight or flight state in our nervous system, and we have a lot of adrenaline and cortisol that are running in our blood. So what we need to do is we need to calm our nervous system down on a body level. So there are a few ways that we can do this. One way is to try to calm our nervous system down by taking deep breaths, drinking water, going outside, doing something that is calming. The other way to do this, which has been working much better for me, because I feel like in those moments I cannot take deep breath, I cannot calm myself down. I just need to let out that burst of energy that is inside of me, and I try to do it not in front of my child so I won't scare them. So what I do is I can squeeze my fists really, really hard, or I can squeeze a towel really, really hard, or I can bite on something. So what this does is it gives me that physical release. It helps me release all that tension that is in my body so I can get back to my calm and I can stay in my leadership position. And sometimes after this part, I can go and I can track my thoughts. I can become aware of my thoughts and make sure that I'm not thinking thoughts that are fueling my negative emotions. After I did this, after I'm calm and I'm grounded, I can go back and I can make the request again. My request has to be clear, firm, and benevolent. Clear means that they understand what I'm asking from them in this moment. Firm means that it has to happen no matter what I'm asking right now. And benevolent means that it comes from a higher place. I'm not asking them a request because it's comfortable for me. I'm not asking them to do something because I'm selfish. I'm not asking them to do something because it's convenient. I'm asking them to do something because that is the right thing to do. And that is the place where a leader leads from. A leader is somebody who leads from a higher goal. A leader is somebody who leads with a North Star in mind, from a bigger picture, that doesn't just try to manage the moment-to-moment situations, but is walking towards something, that is walking towards a bigger goal, towards a better future, towards a vision that he has in his mind. So my request has to be clear, firm, and benevolent. Then I have to make sure that the request is actually computing in my children's mind. So I want to have them repeat back what I asked them to do, because I want to ensure that they're not tuning out in this moment. Many times, our children are not actually ignoring us. They're just busy with something else. They're playing, they're thinking about something else. They have their own world. I have to make sure that what I asked is actually being accepted by them, and I make sure that that happens by having them repeat back the request that I asked them to. Now, in this place, I want to also put the request in some kind of time frame. This has to happen right now. This has to happen in 5 minutes. This has to happen in the next hour. This has to happen by the end of the day. I also want to put some kind of consequence here. If this doesn't happen, then what happens? I can decide what the consequence is, or I can have my child decide what the consequence is. Then this relates me to the next step, which is the handover. Once I set the request in a very clear, firm, and benevolent way, I made sure that they heard me. I made sure that I put the time frame, and I made sure that there is a consequence. Right now, this request is in their hands. I threw the ball into their hands. Now they're holding the ball, and the responsibility to get it done is completely on them. So I am letting go of the responsibility for it, and I'm just letting the consequence do its job if they don't do it. So I'm giving them that sense of agency where I'm not just repeating myself over and over again, and I'm saying, this is on you now, this has to happen. And this brings me to the rule of one. We have to make sure that we're not repeating ourselves. If it's not done, let the consequence do its job. If we constantly repeat ourselves and ask and nag and remind, we're losing our authority. What our kids understand is that our word is not a word. If we're saying something more than 1 or 2 times, our words become valueless. So make sure you don't repeat yourself. You asked, You made sure your child understands you. You made sure that they understand the time frame. You made sure they understand the consequence. You turned the responsibility on to them, and now that's it. You're not repeating yourself anymore. When you lead from this place of groundedness, you earn your children's respect. When you direct from calm, you stop being ignored. So if you repeat this process over and over and over and over again, your children will understand that you're serious. Your children will stop ignoring you and start respect your word. Don't just manage the behavior, lead the room. Let me know in the comments below, what is the hardest part for you to do in all the process that we talked about here? Is it hard for you to get hold of your anger? Is it hard for you to regulate your body? Are your thoughts running around in your head and just making you more and more angry all the time? What is happening for you? Share with me in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode, check out another episode where I talk about how we can get our kids motivated to do things by themselves. You can find the link right here.